and in dictionary surveys, and those we ourselves found the most confounding.
One important note. While some of these shibboleth words do have a correct pronunciation and an incorrect one, according to the dictionary, others are more fluid. In some cases, so many people mispronounce a word that the new, originally wrong pronunciation becomes slowly accepted, and sometimes even preferred. Chalk up another point for English as a growing language. In other cases, there are two or more acceptable pronunciations, and in still others, certain groups or regions have one pronunciation, while others have their own. We've tried to be clear in covering these different instances.
We also must mention that when it comes to pronunciation inclusion, some dictionaries are very, shall we say, exuberant? Maybe a little too exuberant. We're not naming names. Their motto seems to be, we include every pronunciation we've ever heard of this word. In this book, we've tried to keep it a little more streamlined and present the preferred pronunciations, not the whole shebang. Spelled like she, S-H-E, and bang, but yes, pronounced shebang. By the way, the ones most dictionaries, linguists, and generally knowledgeable Americans agree upon.
That brings us to another point. Some people argue that, since languages change, we should just get used to it, that there's no such thing as preferred or correct pronunciation at all. Yes, English keeps changing, but we must add that most linguistic changes, consonantal drift and the like, take at least decades. If you've chatted about Horschwall now, no one would know what you were talking about, but that's how you used to say walrus.
So we're in the camp of the why not pronounce it the way most people say it should be pronounced now school. We also have made American pronunciation the default. British English has its own sound. We reached our conclusions by drawing on such definitive tomes as the Oxford English Dictionary, the American Heritage Dictionary, the Cambridge English Dictionary, Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary, Webster's Third New International Dictionary, and by reading linguistics blogs, journals, articles, and surveys on pronunciation, and even more helpfully, mispronunciation.
All that said, we hope you find the book as enlightening as we found it while collecting these shibboleth words. Confession. In the process of doing this book, we discovered quite a few words we'd been mispronouncing all along. Live and learn.
One important note to keep in mind when listening to this audiobook. Although we said it before, it bears repeating. Some dictionaries include virtually all pronunciations of a word, including those that are slangy or generally regarded as incorrect. We do not. We include only those that are generally regarded as correct or preferred. Acai. A-C-A-I. Species of palm tree from the Amazon rainforest, best known for its health-giving reddish-purple berry. It's difficult not to run across acai berries nowadays. They're called a superfood and frequently turn up in juice blends and supplements. So it's a pity that so many of us can't say the word correctly. On a Starbucks blog, one employee confidently said it's pronounced acai, while another called him an idiot. That's a bit too much acrimony over a tart berry, so let's play peacemaker. It's not acai, it's not acai, and it's not acai. It's acai with a soft C and a stress on the last syllable. For the spelling that tricks many English speakers, you can blame the early Portuguese explorers of Brazil, who saw indigenous rainforest people eating a strange and luscious palm tree berry that they called, in their Tupo-Guarani language, awacai, I-W-A-C-A'. It meant something that cries or expels water. The Portuguese wrote this down as A-C-A-I, but in Portuguese, the C comes with a squiggly cedilla at the bottom that makes the C sound soft, and there's an accent on the I. The result is something very close to the original pronunciation. Since English doesn't come equipped with softening cedillas and accents, the result is a very untasteful rendering of a very tasty fruit.
Aegis, also Aegis, A-E-G-I-S. The protection and or support of a powerful, knowledgeable,